Very dark, slippery slope to be trying to travel down.
Yes, it is, but it's an interesting one in my mind. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. If you have not been watching Smackdown, don't worry. I'm going to be able to give you guys a full recap because today I watched the show from start to finish. So, hello to Kayla, Sasha, Eli, Nika, and Pia. Hello, how are you guys doing? We're going to get started. Okay. Young boy Jay, hello, how are you? Now, before we get into the nitty gritty, because I don't want anybody to come in and mess up my stride, I'm going to tell you right now, okay, that I am well aware of this. I know about all of this. And if you guys listen to my podcast, which is up for you guys to go listen, I, along with Kings of the Rings, and of course the rest of the Down for the Count crew, we all sat down and broke down this whole situation with Vince, the young lady who was assaulted and hurt in the process, Mrs. Grant. And we all gave you an inkling that this was coming, and I expected it to be swift, and it was swift. And this time, it needs to just stay this way. He does not need to come back in any capacity, and he shouldn't. So, now that I have already addressed this, I would expect the moderators who are in the comment section, if it is brought up, to please just gently tell people that this is already be addressed and direct them to Down for the Count so that they can listen to the podcast about it. Is everybody cool on that? Moderators, are you good on that? I need a yes from my moderators, please, in the comment section. Anybody who comes in and asks about this particular story with Vince McMahon, please direct them to Down for the Count for the podcast, because we're going to be talking about SmackDown and Royal Rumble from here on out. And then later we'll get into TNA, okay? Okay, moderators, please let me know in the comment section that you got the gist, your orders. You have your marching orders. Let me double check if I have moderators. I think I only got one moderator in here today. Nobody knows me like you do, yeah. You should be singing that song, child. Body to body, skin to skin. Let us double check. Let me mute this. Hold tight. Because it's going to backfire in here. Yes, I have a moderator in here. Very good. All right. So for now, Kayla's my moderator. She's going to handle all of that good stuff. All right. Again, those of you who are coming in a little late, welcome to the show. We're going to get started and talk about SmackDown. I am well aware that Vince McMahon has resigned from WWE. I will talk about that in a small patch right before we get into TNA stuff. Y'all, if you want to talk about this more, the moderators are going to give you all of the stuff you need in terms of being directed straight to the podcast where you can hear us talk about this in length with Kings of the Ring. That's about as far as I'm going to go with that right now. I just wanted to make sure I addressed it because some people will come in later and they will not, know that we talked about this. All right. So we had a packed show this week for SmackDown. It is the final show before the Royal Rumble this week. So let us get into how the show kicked off. Shall we? We shall. Okay. Randall Orton kicked off the show with singer and reggaeton rapper Hilario Carrion. Did I say his name? Hilario, I didn't know who Eladio was, but thank you to WWE for introducing me into some new music and to some new people. I'm going to go on my Apple Music and see if I can get some of his stuff, because I love me some good reggaeton. I love me some good Latin trap music, okay? Because they should be going hard. I don't know what they be saying, but it be going hard. Anyways, Eladio introduced Randy. Randy came out there, did his 1-2 Diddy, and then here come AJ Styles. Now, AJ Styles was like, listen, I'm getting tired of you motherfuckers overlooking me. Okay, I'm tired of it. The last week, I asked Nick for a match with Solo Sikoa, and he gave my match to LA Knight, the man who stepped over me to get to the tribal chief. Now I had to sit back and think, because I said, now I watched Smackdown last week. Smackdown last week was very good. It really was. But if I distinctly remember, okay, last week, didn't his ass wrestle Solo last week? Am I crazy? That man wrestled Solo last week. Am I lying? Like, that is what happened last week. Hey, Tears, and hey, Quan. That's what happened last week, correct? Didn't he wrestle Solo last week? So I was confused as to why he was so upset. I didn't understand why he was so mad. I'm like, but wait a minute, you wrestled Solo last week, so he gave you what you wanted, babe. He gave that to you. So what are you talking about? I was so confused. And as he traded blows going back and forth, LA Knight came out there and made it very clear that he was going to go through Solo, and then he was going to go through the two of them, okay? So, baby, listen. They started arguing amongst each other, and the shit went. And then they decided to go ahead and move on, okay? The next segment was, all right, Carlito versus Santos Escobar. Now, this is why you have to have your ducks in a row, okay? Because Carlito brought out his whole group in LWO. Everybody in LWO came out. They all came out there together, which, we love that for them. Beautiful, beautiful gowns, beautiful gowns. We love that for you. Do you, boo-boo, okay? But as they all was out there, of course, this became a match of who had the leverage over the other. And as Carlito and Escobar was actually having a decent match, a lot of the interference was on the outside with, of course, Angel and Humberto. And then you've got Raul and you've got Joaquin going at Angel and Humberto. They isolated each other and pretty much got rid of those two. And then Selena Vega was the problem. So Elektra came in to, pretty much neutralize her. Like I told y'all, after she had this match with Lola Vice, she is being brought to the main roster. And I would not be surprised if she is an entrant in the Royal Rumble this year either. Okay. Now, Carlito ended up losing this match to Santos Escobar due to Elektra Lopez's interference, okay? And they ended up walking off into the sunset. Now, as of right now, LWO has no wins over Legado del Fantasma. We are talking 0. Legado del Fantasma has beaten them in tag team competition, in one-on-one competition, whether it was 6-man tag, it doesn't matter. Legado del Fantasma has found a way to best them in every way, shape, or form. So LWO got to do something, okay? Because even without Rey Mysterio being there, y'all some losers. Y'all got to pull this shit together, okay? You got two of the best high-flying luchadors in your squad. You got Zelina Vega, and you got one of the best wrestlers on the roster in Carlito. Come on, man. You got to do something. You got to fix this. You can't keep letting this happen. Come on, son. We need you. We need you to get it together. We need you to get it together, okay? Hey, Aaliyah, how are you? So we're going to move on because the show went by fairly quickly, okay? Now, in between there, Pauline did two things. One, he started stirring the pot with little Jimmy, okay? And number two, they had Jimmy trying to recruit AJ Styles, and it was like, the enemy of my enemy is my friend. So basically, in the back, after the little segment with them three out there talking to each other, Jimmy went up to AJ Styles like, hey, man, relax. I'm not here to attack you. I just want to let you know that, listen, tonight you got Solo. Tonight, LA Knight got Solo. Somebody you requested to wrestle, which I don't know why everybody acted like the man did wrestle him last week. I swear to God, he wrestled him last week, okay? I swear he did. He went to Nick and said, I want the match. Nick said, done. They had the main event, if I'm not mistaken. Am I crazy?
I don't remember.
I swear they did. Anyways, child, he said, look, tonight's the night. This is the last night before the Royal Rumble. If you take out LA Knight, then all you will have to worry about is Randy. And he was like, we'll take care of Randy, and it'll just be you and Roman in the match at Royal Rumble. You ain't got to worry about nothing else. So AJ Styles didn't say nothing. He didn't agree, but he didn't disagree either. That's when his crew came up and was like, yo, man, what's that about? What's going on here? And of course, AJ Styles was like, don't worry about it. I don't know why he just tell them he don't want to fuck with them no more. He won't tell them that. They coming around trying to be his friend and shit, hugging on him. He pushing off of them. Don't touch me. Y'all, where was y'all at when I got my ass whooped? I don't know what you thought Mia was gonna do. Mia's ass was in the damn ambulance. as the ghetto girls call it, an ambulance. Mia was in the ambulance with your dumb ass when you got fucked up. Shit. You can give her a little bit. Shoot. Don't be giving Mia nothing. I'm good. So, that was the first interaction backstage. The second interaction backstage was with Pauline, and that happened a little bit later, which I'll get to that in a minute. Throughout the night, the guys were able to pick their spots, as were the girls on SmackDown. We didn't get to see their numbers, but we definitely saw them picking their spots. Now, some of their faces alluded to them getting a good number. Other faces did not. But we all saw Bianca and Bayley pick their numbers, and we all saw Santos, Bobby, and who else picked? R-Truth. A couple others picked their number. We saw them pick their numbers, and they brought back the little roulette basket. Oh! They brought back the little roulette basket to let them pick their numbers. Sorry, I was watching something. That shit took me out. Anywho, let's get into this, because this was in the middle of the show. Now, Bobby Lashley and the Street Profits came out there because they were supposed to be coming face-to-face with the Final Testament. I think that's what they called it. I can't remember because there's too many of them to count. Now, instead of them coming face-to-face, they sent Scarlett in the ring, and she stood in their face. They stood at the back, at the top of the key, just basically taunting them, Nasty work.
Very much so.
It's nasty. Oh, goodness. Anyways. So, okay, I was right. That's the Final Testament. Okay, cool. We love that for them. Anyways, Bobby was like, you gonna send your woman down here to do your dirty work. And Bobby was like, and then the Carrion was like, oh, no. No. She's not doing no work. Basically, what it is you said you wanted to be face-to-face, so I sent you face-to-face with one of the most prettiest faces, one of the most beautiful women in the world. To Carrion's credit, that's true. Damn. Hold on, y'all. They got some mess going on here, child. All right. Sorry. I had to make sure I was 100% paying attention. Okay. So, they traded some insults back and forth. And ultimately, yeah, because Carrion wasn't really saying much. And Bobby basically wasn't really saying much either, other than you're a coward. It was typical fans. It was typical fair. It wasn't really anything interesting being said by either one of them. Nobody was really reading.
It's not fair. You're not standing still. Let me punch you in the face.
Hold still and let me practice my stabbing. Anyway, anyways, it all broke down when Bobby basically was like, fuck all this. We gonna whoop your ass. So they went around Scarlett. Scarlett jumped on Bobby's back and was clawing his eyes out. And I said, well, goddamn, where is Brianna, where is B Fam? She was nowhere to be found. See, this is how you know Bobby Lashley don't really know how to lead no faction, because there's an X factor in the Final Testament that he cannot contend with. It don't matter how big you are or how strong you are. You got a woman standing in front of you and you're not going to hit her. She is a problem. It is just like with Judgment Day having Rhea Ripley as a problem, and Rhea Ripley stands at what, 5'10", 6 foot. She is just as big and just as strong, so she is an even more imposing threat to anybody who comes up against the Judgment Day. In this case, you have someone like Scarlett who has the wrestling capability, the mind manipulation, and of course the feminism to manipulate the situation in her team's favor. And for you to not be prepared going up against this, it's just stupid. You led your troops into slaughter, and it was dumb. You should have been smarter than that. You should have known better than that. You killed yourself, my guy. You killed yourself. It was the stupidest thing I've ever seen in my life. Bobby Lashley and the Street Profits got laid out by the scammers. Joanne, the scammers crew, and Carrion and Scarlett took them out systematically and broke them down piece by piece. First, it was Big Doc, got Dawkins' ass out. Then they took fucking Montez and power bombed the shit out of him in the middle of the ring. He couldn't do nothing, didn't get nothing. All Bobby got was a little light tap on the back of the neck by Carrion, because it really didn't look like it hurt too much. And that was it. System of the Down. They was out. Okay? And that was the end of that. The Final Testament stood tall while Bobby Lashley and his pride was on the ground, dead. Now, the best part of the show was the tag team matchup between the Kabuki Warriors and Kaden and Katana. They had a banger of a match, but ultimately, the Kabuki Warriors have recaptured the tag team titles for what, the third time? I think this is their third title run. Yep. So they are still the longest reigning women's tag team champions in history. And actually, it's Kaden and Katana, if I'm not mistaken, because they had the NXT tag team titles the longest. Nobody's had those titles longer than them. So they were actually the longest reigning tag team in tag for the women, longest reigning tag team. But this match was a banger of a match. If you don't watch anything from Smackdown today, go back and watch this match, because it was killer. It was so good. And like I said, ultimately, the Kabuki Warriors ended up picking up the W in this match. It was solid. They didn't cheat. They worked together. They used their tag team prowess to their advantage. Kaden and Katana did as much as they could to contend against them. But ultimately, because they used the power of that, of being able to separate the two of them and isolate one to take out the other, that's how they were able to best Kaden and Katana. And to be fair, it came down to the wire. It literally could have been anybody's game, but unfortunately, the gods smiled upon the Kabuki Warriors today. Okay. Now, according to Bailey, her vision is coming to fruition. They gave her a little video spot today, and she said after she got injured, she was sitting at home watching people make history, and it pissed her off because she wanted to be the one making history. She wanted to be the one breaking down barriers and setting new records. She didn't get to do that. So she devised a plan and brought in EO and Dakota, two people who she felt were marginalized and didn't have the space or the opportunity to move the way she felt they deserved. Bringing them to the main roster, turning them into multi-time tag team champions. She felt like she finally found her place. Not only that, but she said they were doing so well as Damage Control that it brought Kairi Sane back to the E, and even that enticed Asuka to join Damage Control, making them one of the strongest and most dangerous factions in all of WWE. And now it's her turn. According to her, it's time for her to make history and go on to challenge Rhea Ripley for her World Heavyweight Championship. She says that she's going to go into the Royal Rumble, she's going to win, and then she's going to make her challenge. And then Damage Control is going to rule all of WWE with all the gold. Now, I wouldn't mind that because I would feel like the last person in the group who really truly deserves a championship is Dakota. And the one title that Dakota definitely deserves is that NXT Women's Championship. If they decided to make a Damage Control be all decked out in gold, like some of the other factions have been, including the Bloodline, and at one point the Hurt Business was, when the Hurt Business was in play, I would not mind Dakota going down to NXT and being NXT Women's Champion, because that is the one title that has eluded her that she rightfully deserved to be champion of. However, I don't think that Bayley should challenge Rhea Ripley. Quite frankly, I believe that she should go after Io Sky, and Damage Control should be broken down in this capacity. But I'm not sure as to how this is going to play out, but Bayley is still going to be my pick for the Royal Rumble. Now, last match of the night, well, the last two matches of the night, one of them was Carmelo Hayes and this big mouth clown, A-Town Down. Austin Theory is his real name. Not they was down for the count. Hiram, but anyways, this match was okay too until Austin Theory realized he couldn't beat Carmelo Hayes straight up, and he cheated. He had Grayson Waller out there who also caused interference. He rolled up Carmelo and ended up losing the match. Carmelo ended up losing the match due to him holding the man's tights. This led to him getting jumped by both Grayson and Austin, and then we got a glimpse, a big glimpse of the man, the myth, and the legend, Trick Williams. Trick Williams came with the save, but not to the aid of Carmelo Hayes necessarily. It was mainly because he didn't want his partner for next week to be down and out. You see, he wanted to make sure Carmelo Hayes was 100% because they got a match next week leading into next week. And then after that, Vengeance is their next stop. And he like, we got shit we got to do. And you got to be ready to roll. So I had to come out here and help you out. But we not cool. And the crowd was very much on Trick Williams' side. When I say that Trick Williams is over no matter where he goes, Trick Williams is over no matter where he goes. And that bothered Carmelo Hayes to a fault. He looked around and saw all those people shouting, whoop that Trick, and he was not a happy camper. Now, I completely forgot that in this Smackdown was in Florida, and y'all know that NXT and the Performance Center is everything is done in Florida, okay? That's the headquarters. So it was easy for a lot of the NXT talent to funnel in to SmackDown today, which is how we were able to see Trick, and we saw Elektra Lopez, aka Lola the Fish, on SmackDown tonight, okay? But this match ended with Austin Theory getting the win, all because Austin Theory used Carmelo's tights in a roll-up pin. Final match of the night was LA Knight versus Solo. Now, LA Knight and Solo, I didn't watch this match because the matchups between these men have happened so many times. I wasn't interested. The best part of the match was the end. Because honestly, I can't tell you who won because I didn't watch the end. I didn't watch the end. But I know that AJ Styles interfered, so I would imagine there was no definitive winner because AJ Styles interfered. He ended up taking out LA Knight, throwing him out the ring. He thought it made it look like he was going after Solo, but he was going after LA Knight. Jimmy had the chair, made it look like he was going after AJ, to which AJ took the chair after Jimmy laid it down, took out Solo and took out Jimmy, and then Randy Orton came out there. Now Randy and AJ Styles got to going back and forth. Randy put AJ Styles right? Randy took AJ Styles out, but not yet. Because when he got out there, Solo and him was getting ready to fight. He put Solo on the table and laid him out. Jimmy tried to run, but he ended up dropping Jimmy with a hangman DDT. Now, after that, they came into the ring. AJ Styles was going to hit him with a phenomenal forearm, but Randy was able to duck it. He also hit him with a hangman DDT and then with an RKO. It was pretty gnarly. I wish he would have caught him on that phenomenal forearm, though. Now, as he was celebrating and living his best life, everybody was laid out, everybody was crying, but nobody was paying attention to LA Knight. And LA Knight came back in that ring and hit Randy Orton with that blunt force trauma. And that's how it went off, with LA Knight standing tall and everybody else laid out. Roman Reigns was nowhere to be found. And of course, we are only going to see him when it matters, which is at Royal Rumble. So that was SmackDown, ladies and gents, the whole shebang. That was the whole show. I hope y'all enjoyed my little recap of the show, because baby, it was a lot going on, but it wasn't, if that makes sense. SmackDown was pretty somber and quiet. The best part of SmackDown was this match. I 100% recommend that you watch it. If you haven't watched the show, you definitely need to watch this match between these four women, because it was solid. If I had to pick another match that was solid enough, it would be this match between Carmelo and Austin. It actually was pretty good. I like the match with Carlito and Escobar. And then if you want to, you can round it out with LA Knight and Solo. But it's up to you. Those were the matches, and that's the match card. And throughout the night, they had their picks. And we saw some more people declaring for the Rumble, but not everybody has been chosen. Now, for the men, it's up to like 10 or 11 that have already been, we know for sure it's going to be in the Rumble. Everybody else is still a mystery. But in the Women's Royal Rumble, it is still only 4 women who have declared, and the rest of the slots are completely open. So this is going to be quite the surprise for the Women's Royal Rumble. A lot of people don't know who's going to be in it. We don't know. We're just going to wait and see. And I love it that way, because it makes life so much more fun. All right. Now, Friday, on this Saturday, tomorrow, I will be back after Royal Rumble is over. Royal Rumble starts at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 5 p.m. Pacific Time. And of course, you have these matches, all right? You've got the Fatal 4-Way for the WWE Undisputed Championship. Roman Reigns is your champion. Your 3 challengers are AJ Styles, LA Knight, and Randy Orton. I have a sneaking suspicion that Roman is going to retain his championship. I don't see that man dropping it anytime soon. It sucks, but that is exactly what's going to be happening. The next actual championship caliber match is between Logan Paul and Kevin Owens. Now, if you haven't seen the clip online of KO and Logan practicing at the Performance Center and getting into it, because Logan is a crackhead at this point. Look at this man's face. Look, tell me he is not on that shit. He's sipping on that yak. He is on that stuff. I'm telling you, look at his eyes. Just wild eyes. Orgasm eyes. Orgasm eyes. Right. It's just wild. Rabbit animal looking eyes, okay? Anyways, he was antagonizing KO, and they ended up getting into it, to which, of course, he felt like he won because KO reacted to what he was doing. So the boys are going to be fighting at Royal Rumble for the United States Championship, and I do believe that Logan Paul more than likely will retain his title at Royal Rumble. It sucks, but it is what it is once again. And, of course, we have the 2 Royal Rumble matches for the women, one for the women and one for the men, and 30 entrants for each match. And again, like I just told you guys, there are only 4 women who have declared for this match. No other women have declared, which makes the Women's Royal Rumble very much a massive surprise for all of us, which I really love that. And then for the men, this was the last picture they showed of the men who declared, but there are more people who have declared for the Rumble. People like Kofi Kingston and R-Truth. Okay, there are so many more people who have declared. We're up to about 10 or 11 people who have declared for the Royal Rumble at this point in the 30-man Royal Rumble. So we got a lot going on in these two matches, and quite frankly, these are the ones that have the biggest chance of swerving us in the night. All right, we don't know who's gonna win. I have an inkling as to who the final two will be, or who at least the final four would be, but I don't really know who's gonna win. However, I'm gonna stick to my guns and say that Cody's gonna be a repeat winner. I don't know. I just have a feeling that that's what's going to happen. But it's possible that I'm wrong. I've been wrong before. When it comes to the women, I'm going to stick to my guns and say that Bayley's going to win this match. I think Bayley's going to go on to win and challenge Io Sky. And they're going to have the Elimination Chamber to determine who Rhea's challenger is going to be, which I do think is going to be Becky at some point. Now, not the visionary is having another vision. I got to meet the Creed brothers and Ivy today, and also tomorrow I'm going to meet Imperium at the Superstore. Awesome for you. Love that. The way I'm going to be at work and not working tomorrow, because I'm so excited for the Rumble. Even Malcolm is looking forward to it, and he may be looking forward to the food, but he'll be watching. Fair. I'm making homemade pizza with AJ. We got to get up early and get the dough started so we'll have time to prep and rise, because I have to make multiple doughs. So me and AJ going to be working hard so he can have pizza and he can chill for the rest of the night, and we can yell and scream at the TV like we always do. It's going to be fun, though. We're going to have a good time. Sounds cool. It definitely does. It would have been CM Punk, but the injury may have changed it. You might be right, Red Bullet. You might be right. Glad Elektra Lopez is finally on the main roster. Trick Williams' crowd response was dope. The shade damage control gave Bayley with the high five was funny. Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was. Tirza, will there be carrot cake? Yeah, Tirza, you might want to get in the kitchen and whip up them cupcakes, sis. I think Cody should be a repeat winner. However, I have a sneaking suspicion that The Rock is going to be a surprise entrant and possibly win. I am so angry if they do this. I would be so fucking mad. But would I be surprised? No. It's WWE. What can we do? Like, what have we come to expect? We expect nothing. We expect it all. we learn that they always doing something to fuck up the vibe. Bayley is not winning. I think she went in the chamber, and it's going to be someone else to win and challenge Rhea. I disagree with you. Hey, Tirza, I found some info for Becky's book tour that's happening in New York. Do you want me to send it to you in the DM? No, Aaliyah, no carrot cake. No carrot cake. So tomorrow after the Royal Rumble, I'm not sure when it will go off. I have the live set for 11:30, but it might go past that. But we will go live right after the show and talk about everything that we saw. If you want to see my I guess you could say in-game reactions to the Royal Rumble, you're gonna have to follow me on Instagram, because I post the stuff on Instagram regularly. And since Instagram only allows me to put up 1:30 of a reel, I'm going to post as frequently and as often as I can. Oh, it's going to be a long day tomorrow. I'm going to be trying to eat and post stuff, and I'm going to make sure I do it for the Women's Royal Rumble, because a lot of people want to see the Women's Royal Rumble and they have to work and they want to see my reactions to the Rumble. So it's going to be an interesting time. So yes, okay. It's going to be a fun time. I think if Rock comes back and win, he will get booed. It will be more awkward than when he was holding Roman's hand up at the Rumble years back. Yeah, but they wasn't booing Rock for that. They were booing Roman because he was so heavily pushed. But I didn't think Roman's push was any different from Seth Rollins' push or anybody else's. And I felt like it was really disrespectful of the WWE universe to boo him like that when Seth literally got like full trajectory to the top, no questions asked. He was the number one guy straight out the gate. So I didn't understand what the difference was between Seth and Roman's push. I didn't get it. Hey, Kayla, sure. My sister works for the publishing company that's publishing her book, so I may have a scoop. Well, I already have Becky's book pre-ordered, so as soon as it drops, I'm gonna read it. I might do that as my book club book for that week. I have Audible, so I'm probably gonna sit in a live for my members and listen to the book, and it'll be a members only video. So that video will be able, y'all can listen to it, and I probably will do like wrestling book club exclusively on live so people can hear the books and we can kind of listen to it together and talk about it. Yeah, but will Rock interrupt Cody's story? Fans may not like it. His promos haven't hit the mark, but he's a legend. Who knows? um So the way the fans reacted to him when he put that little promo out about him sitting at the head of the table, I beg to differ. If The Rock is the one who decides to go up against Cody, well, let's keep it real. Cody hasn't been doing anything to put himself in a position where he could actually go up against Roman again. Usually, if that was the case, you would see Cody would be making that push. He didn't really start doing that until I don't know, like a couple weeks ago. You know what I'm saying? So, as far as I'm concerned, I just don't see it happening. I mean, he might get a couple boosts from some people, but I don't think they're going to turn on him the way you think that they will. I think that he'll be just fine. I think a lot of people want to see The Rock versus Roman. So, and it's WrestleMania 40, and and it seems like The Rock has already planted the seed, and it's already growing. And I just feel like that's probably going to happen. I do want Cody to go on and finish his story, but they're really, when they had the opportunity to make this happen, they skipped over it. And they decided to move Kevin from from Raw, instead of moving Cody. That's when it should have started, in my opinion. But they chose to go the route that they went, which is that it's their business. They're doing what they feel is best. You know what I'm saying? Me either, Brandy. It's gonna be fun. If she in fact has a book signing, which I'm sure she probably will, I'll definitely be there. Well, all of the people, neckbeards, were expecting Roman to get pushed through the roof. They were mad that he was the one getting the push. I mean, like I said, Seth had a heavy push too. There was no difference between Seth's push and Roman's push. The only difference is everybody thought that Roman wasn't good enough to be pushed. And I disagreed. I thought Roman was good at what he did. He didn't have to be like Seth because they don't wrestle the same. They don't have similar wrestling styles. They wrestle differently because they're different people. So I don't expect to see that style of wrestling from him at his height and weight. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. But hey, 2015 was a weird year. Yeah, depends on how you look at it. I want to see it too, just don't want the title involved. Roman Reigns is amazing, but the long reign has took a lot of excitement out of the title picture. Roman and Rock doesn't need a title. That much I agree with. I don't think that Roman versus Rock needs a title. But if this man keeps this title past WrestleMania, then you can expect him to keep it all the way till next year. And Cody probably won't finish his story until next year. And that's gonna suck. That's the part that's gonna suck ass. Is him possibly not getting the chance to finish the story this year, and Roman passing Hulk Hogan to be the longest reigning champion of all time, holding that title for 4 years. He would have to hold it for another 4 months in order to get that moniker. So, yep, yep. which, hold on to your hats, people, is highly probable of happening. And it's going to be a long 2014. It just is. I hate to say it, but it just is. That's very probable. It's like high key probable. All right. So after we get done with Royal Rumble, the next pay-per-view is the Elimination Chamber in Perth. It's going to be Saturday, February 24th in Western Australia. And the reason why this one is significant is because, babes, you're going to have to get your asses up at 6 a.m. to watch this show, okay? Because while in Australia it's going to be 8 o'clock in there at night, over here it's going to be the next day and it's going to be in the morning. And while we are complaining, well, a lot of Americans have been complaining like they don't want to have to get up that early. A lot of people overseas naturally over all the pay-per-views have to get up that early in order to watch it live. So turnabout is fair play, in my opinion. And I feel like if we can watch it at 8 o'clock and be comfortable, there are going to be some PLEs where we're not going to be comfortable. Okay, it just is what it is. I think that since the roster is this stacked, they should build Rock versus Roman next year because Cody and the title are the things that are holding this match back. Well, like I said, it's very probable that Cody won't get that title shot until next year. There's a lot going on this roster right now, and it is a stacked roster, and there are a lot of stories that can be told. And just because Cody wants to finish his story doesn't necessarily mean that he will. And there have been rumors going around that he won't finish his story. There are rumors going around about a lot of things, like Sasha and Okada aren't going to WWE anymore. There's a lot of rumors going around. We saw rumors flying around last year at the Rumble, and there were a lot of rumors that were debunked and squashed, and they were lying. There were rumors about, what was that one rumor that they said? Oh, it was about one of them that's on the main roster now that they said they squashed, and they said that they wasn't coming to WWE, and then they pop right back up. They popped up on the show.
Oh, yeah.
I cannot remember who it was, but it happens every time. We never know. We never know what they're doing or planning on doing. And you know what? It's best for us to just watch the show and not speculate. But as humans, we just simply cannot do that. And we are sitting, we're dissecting everything, trying to make logic out of what we're seeing and hearing. And the reality is we just simply don't know. There are too many irons in the fire that could be used. And there are too many scenarios off of this one person's story. The story can change over and over and over again. And it just doesn't make sense for us to rack our brains when we can just wait and watch it and see how it plays out. It could be that Cody could win the Royal Rumble and still lose at WrestleMania this year. It could be that CM Punk could win the Royal Rumble and then go on to win his match against Seth Rollins, or he could still lose at WrestleMania. Even though he got to the dance, he could still lose. You could have Roman go to Royal Rumble, lose his title at Rumble, and then go into Mania going up against Rock, or you could have him going into Mania as champion going up against Cody, or you can have him going into Mania as champion going up against Rock. There are so many different scenarios that could be played out. You can completely avoid both of those men and go for somebody like Gunther or everybody's hated Drew McIntyre. Or you can even swerve everybody and go for somebody like Shinsuke Nakamura to win the Rumble. You never know what people have planned or what they have going on. There's just too many what ifs in this situation. Jay White, no. Jay White was not the one, because Jay White was simply lost to WWE due to their negligence. My sister's calling. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Hold tight. Hold on, T. Hold on, Tina. Okay, still don't know my words, still stressing perfection. Let you all in my mental, got me looking too desperate. Damn, you ain't deserve.
and losing friends and finding peace. Honestly, that sound like a fair trade to me.
Rolling 80 wheels in a little safety. Riding on you. Gotta roll over to you, gotta give a release. Spread your legs downtown, so I'm going up the east. Hit the raw sounds when I rock up in your sleep. I'ma roll on the forever, let her roll on me. Split this one down the middle, wake up in harmony.
A claps. Don't close your eyes to get away. Just bang my line and I'll arrange it. Beautiful, girl, you're stainless. You'll be fine, I'll be painless, yeah. All I'm drinking is champagne. All you want is the same thing.
Yeah. The 10,000 building, get your ass an apartment, put you inside a G-class, that's just a starter kit. Plenty things count in life, but none of them is the thought of it. New piece around my neck is chess games, but shorty stay with calculated moves like Beth Harmon. Swear I'm more Purple Rain Prince than Prince Charming. Disappointment I stay expecting it. The pessimist, gold medalists, flush the magnums just so they not collecting my specimens down.
A claps.
Crystal. Y'all, my siblings called me, so that's what I'm talking to. So hold on, y'all. Give me 5 more minutes, and I promise I'll be back.
Still don't know my words, still stressing perfection. Let you all in my mental, got me looking too desperate. Damn, you ain't desired.
in peace. Honestly, that sound like a fair trade to me.
Rolling 80 wheels in a city. Riding on you. Gotta roll loyalty, gotta give and release. Spread your legs downtown, so I'm going out to eat. Hit the raw sounds when I rock up in your city. I'ma roll on the forever, let her roll on me. Split this one down the middle, wake up in harmony.
Eclipse. Don't close your eyes to get away. Just bang my line and I'll arrange it. Beautiful, girl, you're stainless. You'll be fine, I'll be painless, yeah. All I'm drinking is champagne. All you want is the same thing.
Yeah. The 10,000 building, get your ass an apartment, put you inside a G-class, that's just a starter kit. Plenty things count in life, but none of them is the thought of it. New piece around my neck is chess games, but shorty stay with calculated moves like Beth Harmon. Swear I'm more purple rain prince than Prince Charming. Disappointment I stay expecting it. The pessimist gold medalists flush the magnums just so they not collecting my specimens down.
Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry, y'all. My siblings called. I lost my aunt a couple weeks ago, so they all went down to go to her funeral, and I couldn't go. So they called, and we was cackling like we always do. But anyways, I don't mind waking up at 5 a.m. for Elimination Chamber because of the time I usually wake up for work, and I've done it for Super Showdown in 2018. Yeah, I don't have a problem with it either because I'm usually up at 5 a.m. either way, so it doesn't matter. With mind Cody having to go through his personal hard times like his father, Cody really has only lost big to Roman. Don't mind him not winning this year. I mean, it looks like that's what is happening, Mello. It looks like that's what's happening. So you may be on to something right there. Sure, I can hold weights with my phone in hand. I'm sorry. I love the roster has so much depth and everyone's motives. Now, no matter who ends up on top, there is logic and story behind it. That is the best part about all of this, is that everybody who's at the top right now would totally make sense going into Mania, and it wouldn't stop any motion. Some of it is still confusing. Yeah. Love that the roster has so much depth and everyone has motive. No matter who's on top, we have history and story. Gotcha. Oh, it's okay. Thank you. Thank you. Hey, Tiff, what can't a nose be 12? Why can't a nose be 12 inches? Kenny, I don't know. But I know you finna tell me. Why, Kenny? Why? Why can't it? Oh, thank you. Thank you to everybody. Aaliyah said, because then it'll be a foot. You know what? That's actually pretty funny. It's such a dad joke, but it's pretty funny. Anyways, ladies and gents, Elimination Chamber is going to be in Perth. It's going to be Saturday, February 24th. So that is about about a little less than a month from now. I can, Kenny. I'll drop the link. No problem. Because after this, we're going to go into TNA. So you can come in for a bit. So we got Elimination Chamber. It's going to be on between 5 and 6 a.m. That's when it'll start. Probably be more like a pre-show for Elimination Chamber. The show, I don't know if the show starts at 6. I want to say the show starts at 6, but I'm not quite sure. So maybe the closer we get to it, it will show when the actual start time is. Because I feel like 6 o'clock is the time of the pre-show, and then 8 a.m. is probably the time of the actual show starting. You know what I'm saying? But we will see. We will see. I think Elimination Chamber is going to be just, it's always that pivotal moment on the road to WrestleMania. It usually spawns off the rest of the feuds and gives you the rest of the bullshit that we're going to be leading into. So it's going to be very interesting to watch Elimination Chamber. If Bianca doesn't win the Royal Rumble, what do you think her plans will be for Mania? You know, I am not sure.
Well,
I
I don't think Bianca needs to win the Rumble.
don't think she needs to win it either. I really, really want Bayley to win the Rumble this year, or somebody weird, like, even if they go off guard and Naomi comes back and they give it to Naomi, I would love that. But I don't know. I feel like
give it to Anita Maxwin.
not Anita Max. Anita Max wing.
I wouldn't know what to do.
Anita Max wing.
They could give it to an NXT girlie.
I don't know what her plans are going to be for Mania, but I would imagine it has something to do with Elimination Chamber.
She's going to lose that too.
No. No. Oh, thanks, young boy Jay. I'm fine, General. I am. I'm more concerned about them at the funeral tomorrow, but I am okay. I made my peace with my aunt's passing a long time ago. But I'm good. Thank you for your concern. Now, we're gonna switch off. After Elimination Chamber, there are no more PLEs except for the next one. Because prior to Elimination Chamber, hold on a second.
Isn't it like Fast Lane or some shit like that?
Nope. It is not.
Sickening. Hey, did you hear about that actor that broke his leg on stage or some shit like that?
What?
Yeah, he broke his leg. He's still in the cast though.
What the hell? No. What happened?
She missed the joke, guys.
I hate her. I hate her so much. I feel like such a douche. I feel like an idiot because she always does this to me. I thought she was really talking about somebody like legitimately hurting themselves.
Well, they did.
She was too until I heard her say he's still in the castle. Okay. Bad joke.
She sucks. She sucks ass, and I hate it. I hate you. She goes, she missed the joke, guys. I'm just sitting here like, what happened?
Hello.
Who hurt themselves? Where?
I mean, if
I'm
they
saying
did,
like,
I mean,
Peter, who are you? She just trotting along. No respect. None.
I'm a buff baby. I could. Wait, how's it go?
What is that? Dry, how it go for the little song that what's the name was? I'm a buff little baby. I could
That's like a man.
What's the other one?
Fanny, I could shake my kid.
There's something. I know he said like, punching your butt, something like that.
Punching your buns.
If you're an evil witch, I will punch you for fun.
Yeah, that shit was funny. Hold tight, y'all. We're gonna talk about the next pay-per-view, which is an NXT pay-per-view. It's next week.
It's not. Oh, wow.
Let me look.
Didn't they give NXT Roadblock?
Yeah, they did, but
something like that.
It's February, so it's vengeance. Vengeance will be mine.
There is a game on Game Pass called House Flipper. Are we downloading it? Yes.
House flip? What do you do?
House Flipper. You flip houses.
Please. You flip houses. That is
Yes.
Kenny's. That's right up Kenny's alley.
And we're going to download it.
Well, I better use Game Pass while I can, because
Mm-hmm.
I had it for 2 years because my Xbox was brand new, and now they talking about you gotta pay Game Pass, and I was like, oh no, baby, I haven't
Shit,
paid
I
Game
tried.
Pass in 2 years.
I try to get the Game Pass for the whole year, so then I don't got to worry about it.
It's
No,
expensive.
it is, but it's worth it. I tried that Ubisoft thing. I said, y'all don't even have all the games up here.
Child.
I ain't paying $17 for this a month.
So NXT Vengeance Day is on February 4th. That is next Sunday. Okay. Sir, the match card is as follows.
Ow. Turd up, boy. What? Uh-uh. Not an actual turnip. Ain't that an onion?
It's not, but I mean it doesn't have a flavor of onions.
Not a sickening.
So the non-title bouts, or I guess you could say the only non-incentive bout for NXT Vengeance Day is the OTM versus the family. Okay, so there
Who is this white
obviously
lady?
is massive heat between these two groups. Adriana keeps getting attacked by Jada, and Jada got eliminated by Adriana in the battle royal to determine Lyra's next opponent. Also, OTM has gone up against the family before and they lost. Now,
Feels racist.
they decided, since the two teams keep attacking each other, OTM went into the family's restaurant where Adriana was and tore up their shit. Okay. Tore up their shit. Anytime you do some shit like that, you mad disrespectful, okay? They went in there and tore up their shit. And of course, the family did not like that, and they ended up attacking Scripps in the end. This led to a big brawl with them on NXT, and the match was decided by the new GM, Ava, and it's a 6-man tag team between the OTM and the family.
I mean, who's really worried about scripts? So
I would have kicked Scripps out of that group a long time ago, but it is what it is. Now, leading into Vengeance Day, there is going to be a decision made next Tuesday on NXT. It may be Trick and Mellow Gang, or it could be LWO going into NXT Vengeance Day to take on the new power duo of Braun Breaker and Baron Corbin, or as Braun Breaker likes to call them, the Wolf Dogs.
ain't that the same animal?
Yes, that's
Back
why
to
it's
the drawing
stupid.
board. Back to the drawing board.
That's
That
why
does
it's
seep into
stupid.
this man's brain.
But he's a meathead, so he don't know no better. He don't know no better.
That's a shame. That is a
No.
damn shame.
It's very possible that Trick and Mello could end up going into Vengeance Day, or their differences and of course their animosity towards each other could end up costing them an opportunity to win the Dusty Cup. This is the finals for the Dusty Cup leading into NXT Vengeance Day. Whoever wins are the Dusty Cup winners and the next duo to challenge for the NXT Tag Team Championships. All right. Now. Title bouts. Oba Femi is going up against Dragon Lee. It's very possible that Dragon Lee is going to give Oba a good run for his money, but he's not beating Oba Femi. Okay, we're going to let Oba be Oba. All right. And then you have the last two matches, which is the big kahunas for the women's division and of course the men's division. Roxanne Perez is challenging Lyra Valkyria for her NXT Women's Championship. And it seems that every day that goes by for Roxanne, the darker and darker her aura gets. But I love that for Roxanne because she ain't no little punk ass bitch no more. So
she'll always be a punk ass bitch to me.
it's much easier to watch because of it. So
Is it
we'll
not
see.
cringy?
We'll see if Tatum Paxley comes out and gives Lyra a little bit of a push in her match, or if Lyra can beat Roxanne Perez all on her own. But giving Roxanne current track record with people interfering in her matches, I don't see the latter happening at all. Quite frankly, I see Tatum interfering in that match behind Lyra's back and Lyra retaining her championship due to that interference.
You should
And
do
it's
it
going to
before
cause
the match.
Roxanne, it's going to cause Roxanne to go over the edge. Which, to be fair, I wouldn't blame her for that. Just saying. Final bout for NXT Vengeance Day is between these two. Now, these two have been dancing around each other for quite some time. Last time they met each other in the ring, Trick Williams gave Ilya Dragunov a good run for his money, but Ilya, of course, was able to will out. And this was a non-title bout. Now that Ilya is the man holding the gold and Trick Williams is trying to take his spot, there's a whole new incentive for both of these men to prove that they are the leaders and at the top of the mountain. We'll just have to wait and see how this plays out because there's another anomaly that nobody's paying attention to, and that anomaly is Carmelo Hayes. If Carmelo Hayes and Trick Williams don't win the Dusty Cup, I 100% expect Carmelo to interfere in this match and cost Trick Williams his one and only shot at the NXT Championship against Ilya Dragunov. In fact, I expect that Carmelo's going to be very much involved. Now, if Trick wins, it's going to make it even sweeter when Carmelo attacks him after the match is over. I don't see this ending well for Trick Williams either way.
Curveball.
But we'll have to wait
the
and
tag
see.
titles. And he
I don't
still
think they're
costs them the match.
I don't think they're going to get him.
Let's see what this game does.
The Wolf Dogs or some Animorphs type stuff. Animorphs would be a better name than Wolf Dogs.
They couldn't just say Lone Wolves. Was it that hard?
They could have said Lone Wolves. I wouldn't have had a problem with that.
Was it that hard?
But I guess that's too much on Baron Corbin's side and not enough on Brian Breaker's side. But whatever. A wolf is a form of a dog.
Have we not seen Braun howl at the crowd?
I mean,
yeah,
the Lone Wolf thing is more Baron Corbin than it is Braun Breaker. And he was trying to make it so it was an even split between the two of them.
Well, he did a horrible job.
Fair. You didn't really miss much. We just went over SmackDown and now we're going over NXT Vengeance Day, which we're finished with that. So you're good. My Rumble prediction is Zoe and Dominic. That is some wild shit.
I love it.
That's wild and boring.
Oh.
Zoe is fucking boring. I don't want to see Zoe as the winner of the Royal Rumble. She boring as hell.
She don't want to see that bitch. She don't want to see Gina.
No, boring. You could have picked anybody. Why you ain't say Piper?
Wow, I heard all about Piper.
I don't like her. I don't want to see that bitch.
I like.
Kenny was real aggressive.
Right.
She said she don't want to see that hoe.
She was like, we don't want to see that bitch.
Who got the lunch money took?
Zoe did. That's why she was.
Zoe still got her wallpapers because she ain't beat Mandy. Oh, that was terrible. And the dumb bitch.
Ended up getting her ass toe up with her own knee brace. That would have pissed me off.
That? She deserved to get her ass beat in the back.
Yeah, but Braun's thing is he got that dog in him. That is so gross. I don't even want to touch that.
The beard.
I don't want to touch that.
He got something in him. Hoping ain't racism like his daddy.
Yeah, you're trolling, and I'm gonna ignore you.
Who's trolling?
Rico.
Oh.
I'm gonna ignore you because I don't have time.
You know, it'd be crazy.
Oh God.
If Tiffany Stratton won. Oh, I'd be this. Oh my God.
The world would implode. I hate it. I hate every minute of it.
Have to make another Hell Froze Over shirt.
I hate her because Kenny always says something ignorant and then it'll be like half true. Always like that every fucking time. It's like it's half true, and you're just like, oh, you bitch, you could have just left it alone, but no. Kitty had to be Kitty and destroy everybody's world. Just murder it.
Yes.
Murderer.
Murder
live.
Oh, that's a classic.
Oh my god. I've known it for 2 minutes. He wouldn't fucking do that. Cat Williams is hilarious.
Damn, I done messed up. Settings.
Nobody knows you like I do. Yeah. If I see somebody else walking down the street in stilettos in the fucking snow, I'm gonna cry.
Yo, boy, you might as well get ready to cry. Somebody gonna do that shit.
Not Tom and Nick Mysterio. R-Truth was picking his spot today, and Ava and Nick Aldis was trying their hardest not to laugh at him. But y'all, he spun that damn container for so long.
Oh my god.
I personally think Truth's sole purpose at this point is just like, I'm finna cut up. I'm about to see how many people I can get to break.
I don't blame him. Shit,
camera.
as many times as he done had to slam his back on the mat and dress up like a Confederate soldier. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
He dressed up like a Confederate soldier. All the shit they done put him through. Oh, you gonna pay me just to act stupid?
Do y'all remember when he had a match with John Morrison and he lit a cigarette?
That's such a deep cut.
No, yeah. I said, this is wild.
And anything Nicole puts in the universe becomes true. I swear to God, that bitch is clairvoyant. I swear she is. She has fucking ESP is always, that radar is always on point every goddamn time, and I hate it. I hate it so much. I'll be like, oh, here she go. Here she goes popping her gums. It's gonna happen too, because she done said something. Between her and Kenny, especially when Kenny be really wanting to start some chaos, like she really wants shit to be chaotic, she'll say some shit in the universe, just manifesting it. Her and Don, they be tag teaming. That's why you have to keep them separate.
My boyfriend stole the radiator from my house.
What?
It's this house flipper game. The ex-boyfriend stole the radiator. How did he do that?
What the fuck? Oh my god. All right, y'all. So we're gonna get into TNA. It was a pretty short show for TNA. I promise it wasn't
Little nigga action.
much. She said total nigga action. I'm so tired of her. I don't know what to do. God, if I wanted to get some money off this video, I damn sure can't now.
I'm sorry. I'll cash app you. I'll cash app you.
Total nigga action. Stop. Stupid. All right. So the first match of the night was Chris Bay versus Kevin Knight. This match was actually pretty fire. That match is in the lower right-hand corner of the screen here, underneath Trinity and Jordan Grace. So that match is ABC, and they have the tag team titles, and it was one of them, which is Chris Bay, who is the black guy, and he's going up against the other black guy, Kevin Knight, who is a student and trainee of what the fuck is his name?
Damn, if it wasn't so small, I could tell you. I can't even read it. I need my glasses.
Oh, Kushida. That's who it is. Sorry. God, I couldn't think of his fucking name for nothing. Kevin Knight is a student and trainee of Kushida, and so he's very good. He's referred to as the Jet, and they had a pretty awesome match. But ultimately, Chris Bay was able to pick up the win on Kevin Knight. I really need TNA to give Kevin Knight some traction, possibly go after Crazy Steve for that digital media championship, give him a little bit of leverage, and let him move forward and progress from there. But after the match was over, while ABC was celebrating, they were attacked by GYV. GYV, of course, Grizzle Young Vets, or we know them as Grizzle Young Veterans, formerly of the Schism in NXT. They are part of TNA right now, and they are going after the TNA championships. I suppose by the time Sacrifice comes around sometime in February, they will more than likely be challenging Chris Bay and Austin. I don't know his name. I can't think of his last name. Ace Austin. Fuck. It's too many Austins. Ace Austin and Chris Bay are ABC. They're the tag team champions. More than likely, they will be challenging them. The way that this is set up is that the DOA, which is Santino Morella, he's the director of authority, to maintain order and to keep them from attacking each other. He set up a best of 3 series, and I think this is going to be between the two teams. They will go up against 2 teams of their own. Whoever wins in these best of 3 series, either that or they go up against each other. And whoever wins in this series gets to determine the type of match that they'll have at the next pay-per-view. So there's that. Moving into the next match that we saw, which was Nick Nemeth versus Zachary Wentz. Zachary Wentz is formerly of MSK in NXT along with Wes Lee. He is back in TNA as a part of his prior group to MSK, the Rascals. And of course, he's got his partner in crime, Trey Miguel. This is Nick Nemeth's first match in TNA. And you know, Nick Nemeth is formerly known as Dolph Ziggler. Okay?
Heavily underrated.
Very. Yes, it was Kushida, by the way. Thank you. Now, Nick Nemeth and Zachary Wentz had a pretty solid match between each other, but ultimately, Nick Nemeth was able to pick up the W. I mean, it was his first match in TNA. What did you expect? Now, if you didn't watch it last week, then you don't know that Nick Nemeth was on the show last week to explain his actions against the system. And, of course, to explain his actions against Steve. Well, Steve Macklin ended up being a part of that promo because he came out there to talk mad shit. Essentially, what he said to Nick Nemeth is nobody knows who Nick Nemeth is, but everybody's asking what happened to Dolph Ziggler. And he said he doesn't believe that Nick Nemeth is here to be champion and to carry TNA into the new era. He believes that Nick Nemeth is there to suck the life out of TNA, and he's not having it. To be fair, Steve Macklin looks like a baby Thanos, so...
You can't look like a Thanos in
He does. Like I have no reason to lie. I'll pull it up so y'all can see because he does look like.
Now he looks like the man that snapped the earth.
He does. He used to be one half of the Oh my God, he was in. I don't know what Steve Macklin looks like either. He looks like Thanos.
That is scary work. That is scary work.
Damn. Nick better be careful. All you go here is gone.
Funny. Sorry.
Justin, that damn ass hair in the ring.
It's fucking funny. I'm sorry. He was one half of the Forgotten Sons in WWE. He's the one who got the short end of the stick.
Oh, yeah. Because his partner was a piece of shit.
No, yeah, it was because... And then they kept him, the dude that fucked up. They kept him.
They got rid of the other two.
And it was just like, what are you doing? He's like, God, you guys suck ass.
Yeah, well.
all
That was
that.
all Vince's fault. I blame no one but him because there's just no way. By the way, he's also Deanna Perrazzo's husband. So
Oh.
this is Steve Macklin. He looks like Thanos to me. I'm
Oh,
sorry.
wow. Wow.
He does. He does. Like he looks just like Thanos.
It's like, sir,
See?
sir, come on, sir.
I told you.
Has a very strong jaw.
Not a strong jaw. Ultimately, though, like I said, Nick Nemeth won a match against Zachary Wentz, and then Nick Nemeth was attacked by Steve Macklin after he was attacked by Trey Miguel. Trey Miguel suffered what does he call it? It's no longer zigzag. He calls it something else. Oh god.
I'd heard it because I randomly seen like clip of a match, and
I can't fucking remember.
I heard the dude say it though.
I can't remember what he calls it. Is it the dark ending? The dark, what is it?
It's something.
I do not know what it is called. But it's the zigzag. It's the zigzag. I know the name of the finisher.
Is this gonna be called the zigzag until we can figure it out?
It's gonna be zigzag until I can figure it out. It's called Danger Zone. God damn it!
That I
was
would
gonna figure it out.
Nothing less.
I couldn't think of what it was.
Literally.
Well, he is called the Wanted Man now. That's his moniker now in TNA and in New Japan. Which, by the way, fun fact, it was Shinsuke Nakamura who got him in the door of New Japan.
Oh.
So Shin give him a little heads up for Dolph Ziggler, which we can appreciate because Dolph Ziggler is going to do great in New Japan. I believe that 100%. But anyways, he hit Trey Miguel with the Danger Zone, and then he got attacked by Steve Macklin. Steve Macklin almost got him down, but he ended up suffering an attack from the Danger Zone as well. Really, pretty much a repeat of the previous week where he hit the Danger Zone on Steve Macklin then too. So that was that, and the game was over. Now, the best match of the night, 100%, was Trinity versus Jordan Grace. This was so much fun to watch. These two were going back and forth throughout the whole match. Trinity had Jordan's ass multiple times, and it really was a technicality. It was a roll-up that Jordan Grace was able to get the win on Trinity. If she hadn't rolled it up, Trinity probably would be champion again. She'd be a 2-time Impact Women's Champion. I mean, TNA Knockout champion. Right. But it was such a good match. Highly recommend you watch it if you haven't seen it. You can go on to Impact's YouTube channel, or the TNA's YouTube channel, and subscribe. It's only $5 to be a member to watch their shows, and you guys can see that match. It's so good. It was so good. They paid their respects to each other at the end of the match. Trinity ended up being attacked by Giselle Shaw and her ragtag muffin of a crew. It took all of them to take her out, and Giselle is not a bad wrestler, but she is really, really shaky when it comes to doing shit. Like she's so worried about looking a particular way that she doesn't execute things properly. Like she was supposed to be knocking Trinity out with that big ass X that they have her carrying around because she won the Ultimate X Knockouts match. I wish they would make it small so it doesn't look
like
so
no star
ridiculous.
walking around with the
She was wearing it around his damn neck.
That is sick.
It's ridiculously large. It's unnecessary.
Big ass Silver Flame clock.
It does. And she looks weird with it. I wish she would have just cashed it in and just been done with it. But she came out there in her tacky outfits like she always do. And she had her weak ass, and I hate to say this, but Jay Vidal is weak. He's a terrible wrestler. He's a terrible character, and he needs to be fired. Y'all can say whatever y'all want to about it. I don't give a shit. He is not worth the money that is being paid to him. He's stiff. There's no believability in what he's selling. He's just a weirdo. He's a weirdo. He look like he be peeping into people's windows at night. I don't like
Peeper.
it.
Jeepers creepers.
Oh, Aaliyah said the match is available by itself. It's free. Well, I watched the whole match in its entirety. Sometimes those matches that are up on their on their YouTube channel are clips of the match, not the whole match, so you miss some pieces. It's kind of like watching Raw on Hulu after the show airs.
Ain't that the worst though? Because you be waiting for one part and they done cut it up and cut it out.
And it's gone. And you like it's on playback on Hulu. Let it play back. Why are you cutting it up?
I hope they don't do that on Netflix.
We hope a lot of things with Netflix, like they don't get canceled. Shit. Because Netflix will cancel a fly if they can, okay?
I don't know why they keep doing this when I log in to watch something. They're like, oh, it looks like your TV is not hooked up to the account. What are you talking about, man? What are you talking about? I don't ever that's because they probably hear me talk about how ain't nothing on there. There don't be.
Well,
Gotta go to TV to find something.
The final match of TNA Impact was the System, this ragtag crew of weirdos. I've never seen such a poorly put together group.
Ooh.
It's so stupid. Now, don't get me wrong. The tagline for the System is that the System always wins. I don't have a problem with that. I think the tagline for the System works. I think the name works, but the group itself is garbage. Moose is the leader, and he's the TNA Men's Champion, which sucks ass.
Why is
then you got the biggest loser of them all in Brian Myers.
Why do you got two first names?
And then you've got fucking Eddie Edwards, and you got his weird ass smoker wife, Alicia Edwards. She don't even look like she fit. She doesn't fit. Neither does Eddie Edwards, and Brian Myers is a loser. And then Moose can barely talk. His mouth is the size of a fucking sea bass's mouth. And that his greatest claim to fame is that he's been champion before. He's a terrible wrestler. I don't like Moose. I hate this group, and I hate the fact that they got such a cool name and such a good tagline, and it's wasted on this weird ass ragtag crew of losers.
I mean, just like Jericho. Jericho got a dope ass name for his finisher, but the finisher itself sucks.
The Judas Effect, it is a dope ass name, not gonna lie. But the one thing about this particular match is that they did have a solid opponent to go up against. They went up against Okada and the Motor City Machine Guns. Now, if you don't know who Okada is a legend in New Japan Wrestling. Highly recommend you go on YouTube and do your research if you want to learn about him, because
a beast.
Babe, I can't tell you nothing other than I've seen a couple of his matches, and he is what everybody says that he is, and that's just about it. Only thing is, he is a big ass dude. That's a big dude. Okay, he was standing in the ring, and he was taller than everybody. Him and Moose was eye to eye, and I was like, whoa, you're a big motherfucker. You're too big. I'm like, that is not normal from men in Japan. I'm not trying to be disrespectful. I'm just saying, height wise, he's an anomaly. At least from what I've seen. You know what I'm saying? I was like, wow, wowzers. You're a big guy. But anyways, they had an excellent match, at least on Okada and the Motor City Machine Gun side. Everybody else was pretty mediocre, per the usual. However, Motor City Machine Gun and Okada did win the match. I suspect they weren't going to have Okada come all the way to TNA and not win a match in TNA. So they bested the System. It looked like the System don't always win. Stop. Let me see.
What does it do?
My sister and my brother sent a message to me with my My brother just sitting on the edge of this motherfucker just squatting in the middle of the damn hotel lobby. Is the funniest shit I've seen in a long time because he just ignorant. When my family gets together, it's bound to be some mess. Hold on, I'll show y'all in the group chat.
How are you painting this damn game? I don't know.
Anyways, that was TNA Impact, ladies and gentlemen. That was it. All right. Next week, I don't think Trin is gonna be in TNA by next week. Okay, I think that she is gonna show up at the Rumble tomorrow, and if she does, I am going to scream.
Are we zooming that?
Nah, oh
Why she? Oh, there's more.
no, no, I'm not. Stop showing me stuff while I'm trying to talk to her. No, stop messing with me.
Why?
Look, no, because I don't want to because then I'll have to be in the Zoom and I'll have to, and y'all hear the shit before me, and I hate that. Everybody sees it before me.
You know it's funny.
And I have to mute the Zoom so I can't hear them, and then I just leave. I just leave.
Irish goodbye.
Because Kenny shit always be early. It always be early. I be the last one to see everything. And I be having my fucking Peacock up at like 3 o'clock in the afternoon. My shit be up. Okay? Because I ain't playing with them. I want to be on the first set of servers.
Nah, fam. You can't.
Kenny's ass go as soon as Kenny log in, boom, she right there. Her shit be rolling.
Well,
she don't miss shit. Come in like, oh, they won. I be like, Kenny, Jesus. I didn't get to see it yet.
I'm not buying that radiator, man. We can't buy that radiator. No.
I can't wear it.
Where'd I go? Where was I? Installations.
Anyways, ladies and gents, that's all I got. And I ain't got no more. Everybody but Nicki Minaj have a good day.
Oh, yes. Because, get her off the internet.
No, because she tripping.
You're doing way too much. Way too much.
She tripping, Jared. She tripping.
It's like, ma'am, are you all right? Is she touching?
And I know why. It's because she can't help it. When because I'm like that. Like, you get mad and get in your feelings and you start going off and you go, but she going too far. And like I said, when your backyard ain't clean, you can't be yelling about nobody else's backyard.
Well, that was funny when I was reading the comments, and I really don't pay attention to Nikki after a certain point because I'm just like, shut up. But somebody in the comments said Cardi told her to take her husband to a park because she was quiet.
Oh my God.
Comedy.
That's some wild shit.
Pure. It's like the tree never stops growing, baby.
I usually can fuck with Nikki, but like, she wildin'. And I need her to calm the fuck down. So everybody else have a good night. I will see y'all tomorrow after Royal Rumble is over. It's gonna be an interesting day. So everybody make sure you get your snacks and stuff together. Enjoy the show. And I'll be back in here tomorrow to holler and scream and tell y'all what had happened and where we think is heading on the road to WrestleMania. Yeah. Tomorrow is the official road to WrestleMania. I am so excited.
That's how excited we are.
Wow. I'm so excited. I cannot wait. So hopefully everybody will be able to get the chance to see it. If you don't have Peacock, go sign up for Peacock now. You could probably get it for free. If you look online somewhere, somebody giving away something for free. They always got a free trial or something. Okay. So go sign up for Peacock right quick so you don't miss it. It's only 4 matches on the card for Royal Rumble. Again, it's just the 2 Royal Rumble matches, and then it's the United States Championship and the WWE Universal Championship. That is it. Okay. So I will see y'all tomorrow after the show. Everybody have a good night.
Night.
Peace.